So it looks like Teresa Giudice, well, Teresa Ruelas now, is completely done with her brother, Melissa Gorga, and may have drawn a line in the sand when it comes to the Real Housewives of New Jersey and if she will return. Welcome back to the Kempire Daily YouTube channel, your number one source for pop culture news and music, entertainment, reality TV, and so much more. As always, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on breaking news when we go live or when we upload. So it's been a while since we talked about the Real Housewives of New Jersey, and there have been a little bit of stories that have been coming out, but you know, priorities. There's been bigger stories that come out, and honestly, I'm just ready for the new season of the Real Housewives of New Jersey. I'm tired of all the little tea that comes out leading up to the season. And so many of you say, nowadays, too much information comes out and it spoils the season for you. So you may recall all the tea that was coming out before last season of the Real Housewives of New Jersey. And when we finally got it, it felt different. It felt kind of like, it didn't give what it was supposed to give. But New Jersey has a loyal fan base. Despite what you see in regards to how we feel about the episodes, people still watch. People are still invested. But people are also kind of tired of the Teresa versus her family situation. Well, it seems as if Teresa is done with this. As you know, leading up to her wedding, there was a lot of drama because they were filming the season finale for this new season that's about to happen. And apparently, a lot went down. And that has been the reason why Melissa and Joe did not attend Teresa's wedding to Louis. And those rumors was that Melissa cheated on Joe with an actor and friend of theirs, Nick Barada. They have denied these rumors, okay? And this is all stemming from Margaret's friend. There's a lot of new blood coming to the Real Housewives of New Jersey this season, and I'm hoping that this new blood actually helps us segue some of these people that have been dead weight on the show. You decide in the comment section who's the dead weight. There might be a few. So Teresa, as you know, it was New York Fashion Week here in New York City this week. So she has been doing interviews, you know, and people have been weighing in. So, and again, one of my friends met Teresa in the airport. Every time I hear reports about Teresa from just random fans, people that I know, they always say the loveliest things, the loveliest. So Teresa, so this is coming from E! News in their exclusive interview with Teresa. They said a lot happened since season 12 of The Real Housewives of New Jersey wrapped in May. Oh my God, it was in May? It feels like it was just yesterday. So such as Teresa tying the knot with her husband, Louis, and The Real Housewives of New York, Ramona, accidentally leaking the wedding details online. She ended up not attending. They said scheduling conflicts, whatever. But perhaps the biggest drama that's gone down is between Teresa and her brother and sister-in-law, Joe and Melissa Gorga, as they skipped out on the star's August 6th nuptials. Teresa tells E! exclusively, it's so sad. You know, I got to put my Jersey accent on. It's so sad. Okay. She told E! News on September 13th at the Old Poly presentation at NOCA, New York Fashion Week's show with her daughters, Gia and Melania. It's not how I wanted things to end up. Following the wedding, Joe and Melissa clarified why they chose not to attend the festivities, with Melissa saying there was something that went down at the finale of filming. Of course, they are not able to elaborate more than that, but we've told you. Apparently, Melissa confronts Teresa about these cheating rumors that Teresa, I'm assuming, is accusing Teresa of calculating this whole situation. But here's the thing. Here's some big Taurus energy coming from Teresa. When asked whether or not Teresa thinks that the three of them will make amends one day, again, for the umpteenth time, Teresa says this: No, that's really it. That's it. And I know what you're saying. Oh, she's just saying that. They've said this before. But I don't know if Teresa's ever said, no, that's it. There's no making amends. I feel like there's so much of this story that we've heard. However, I think there's so much more that we haven't. So let me just take you back a little bit in regards to the tea for those that may be new to the channel and don't know the full story. Full story. You get what I'm saying. According to reports, Teresa found out this information before they started filming, and she brought this information to the Gorgas. Okay? And they all, Teresa said she didn't believe the rumors, and they pretty much were like, okay, they made amends with the story. It was like, it's not real, whatever, and squashed it. It was brought up by a newbie, Danielle, a newbie, who I've heard things, Danielle. I know people that know you, and you've been trying to get on reality TV for a while. Well, not even just reality TV, you wanted to be famous. But I'm okay with it if she brings it. So apparently she brought the tea and brought it up during the finale, allegedly. So based on what I've heard in regards to this rumor, Teresa seems innocent until we see it play out. But Teresa says in this interview with E! News that she's done. She says, again, I'm going to repeat it. No, that's really it. That's it. Okay, I know you're probably thinking, no, it's not it. Well, you also may recall before this interview, there was a story that came out that Teresa gave Bravo and the production company an ultimatum about Melissa filming on this show. This is coming from our friends over at Reality Blurb, and they're citing Life and Style about this. So they said this: shortly after Melissa admitted she needs a break from the family drama, which is set to play out in the upcoming 13th season of the reality show, an insider claims Teresa would love to give her just that, and told the network that if they want her to continue on the show, Melissa is going to have to go. She says it's pretty ballsy move on Teresa's part, but she's had it with Melissa and her brother Joe Gorga, an insider revealed to Life and Style in a recent issue of their magazine. She's the OG of New Jersey, the queen of New Jersey, and season after season, she still delivers the goods. Some people might argue that, but okay. They continue, while there's no telling if Bravo will cave into Teresa's demand, there's also no denying that Melissa's star has been fading. Teresa has the upper hand here, and she's flexing her muscle. And I know a lot of you, and Andy has said this before, these housewives do not have a hand in casting. I beg to differ, especially if one person refuses to film or tries to ice someone out. Everyone else is going to take Teresa's side. Yes, Melissa might be friends with Margaret, and Margaret might be rising to the top, but I don't feel like Margaret has solidified her position to control casting at this point. And a lot of you have said, look, we were just criticizing Melissa during last season, saying, Melissa, what are you here for? You're using your daughter now as a storyline? She hasn't had a storyline in a while, and her only storyline has been the fight with Teresa. And look, I don't mind Melissa. I am glad Melissa came on this show to shake up Teresa's story, okay? But these last couple of seasons, her star has been fading. So Reality Blurb continues, it says, while Teresa and Melissa have gone through ups and downs over the past several years on the show, their relationship seemed to completely implode as season 13 wrapped production, as I mentioned before, as Teresa allegedly, quote, pushed a false rumor claiming Melissa was unfaithful. Then when Teresa said, I do with Louis in early August, she and Joe were nowhere in sight. Teresa said, I found out a few days before my wedding that they weren't coming. I'm totally fine with it. You see it play out on TV, Teresa explained on her podcast, Namaste, bitches, as after the Gorgas were noticeably missing. The way that everything played out with my wedding, everything that happened is the way it was supposed to be. I'm all about that. I'm all about good energy. And whoever wanted to be at my wedding was there, including Chanel Ion. Here's the thing. I'm here with this. So many people, when we recapped the Real Housewives of New Jersey last season and everything that went down during that reunion, and Melissa seemed like she was done with it, I was like, you know what? Be done with it. Really be done with it. But we have to remember, Melissa and Joe Gorga make a good penny. Yes, the husbands don't get paid, but they make, as a household, a good penny from being off the show and promoting other things. We haven't seen Joe build a house in forever. Well, okay, he's building his new house right now. And he's been accused of faking not even accused, it's been proven, of faking remodels on Instagram. So them not being on the show may hurt them, their egos more so. Guys, I want to know your reaction to this. Do you think that Teresa is truly done with the Gorgas? Do you? And do you think that the feeling is mutual? Who would you prefer to stay? Or do you want them both to go? Let's continue that conversation below. As always, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on breaking news when we go live or when we upload. Thanks for watching.